Anthony Harwig here with a Crestview Volleyball player profile, and we're hitting the Rebels up again because they are just so dominant this year. You know we have to. Sophia Stewart joining us today. Soph, thanks for the time. Thanks for coming on.
Yes. Thank you for having me.
All right, so this Crestview team, we know they've been good for a long time. We know what this volleyball program is all about. You come in this year as kind of one of the new faces, to the varsity level. You've taken up a much bigger role this year. You've stepped into some shoes that were left from the graduating class before. Talk about what it was like, prepping for this season, knowing that what you were stepping into.
It was definitely nerve-wracking. It took a lot of prep over the summer to get ready, doing multiple drills, a lot of setting reps, but I'm excited for this season.
I mean, did it? You said it was nerve wracking. Did it excite you too, knowing that like it was your opportunity to be a part of this big program and you were able to make an impact on the floor?
Yes, definitely.
And then you know that you were going to get the role of the 6-2 setter. You were going to be one of the setters in this offense, which is so important. So what was that like to know that the coaching staff were going to put that much trust in you to be able to run this offense?
Yeah, it was just great to know that they trusted me, that they had the faith in me, that I was capable of being able to run those plays.
Now we know that Crestview has a slew of really good hitters, not just Abby Imps, who everyone talks about, but you got Laney on the outside. You got a slew of good right side hitters as well. What's it
Yes.
like for a setter to be able to just kind of have so many options in this? Know that like no matter where I go with the ball, it's going to be put down 9 out of 10 times.
Yeah, it's great to have those options, especially playing the harder teams whenever we're getting blocked from somebody in the front row, and then we're able to go to the back row and have that available hitter.
Something about 6-2 setters that people might not know is they have to play back row defense. Like there's nothing, no way around it. You're in the back row when you're setting. You got to be able to play defense in the back row. How much do you think you take pride in your ability to be able to do that? And how much work has it taken to develop those skills to be able to go and get digs when you need to?
It's definitely great being able to play defense, and it's nerve-wracking at times knowing that a lot of hitters can make those line shots, but it's exciting whenever I get one of those great digs or that one game multiple in a row, but it's great. It's such an adrenaline rush getting those digs.
Now here you are in your junior year. It's your first year of being an upperclassman. So I want to ask you about that. Stepping into an older player role and being asked to be more of a leader this year. How have you handled that aspect of this season?
Just by encouraging everybody, even the seniors, just encouraging them even when they make a mistake. Just encouraging everybody from freshmen to seniors. It's amazing.
This team chemistry is so good at Crestview. It's always been good. Talk about some things from your perspective that you think make it such a nurturing environment for good team chemistry.
It's great whenever we've had our team bonding over the summer. They've spent the night, we've eaten together, just hung out, and always, especially cheering each other on and encouraging each other. We pray before every single game, so that kind of helps us with our bond. We pray before every practice. So that bond is just strengthened by that.
When we're talking about culture, I want to also talk about this team that never seems to take their foot off the gas pedal ever. You have teams on your schedule that, you know, you've been able to handle and then haven't really pushed you. You've only lost one set all year, but you keep bringing your A game every game, no matter who you're playing. What makes it so easy to do that? Because we don't see that a lot in high school athletics. You guys are young kids. Eventually, a lot of teams, take their foot off the gas pedal at least once, but Crestview doesn't. So, talk about what makes it so easy to constantly work on yourselves, get yourselves better in practice, and always just bring that same winning energy every night, no matter who you're playing.
Yeah, our during our practices, we always do different drills which help with that. And some of those practices, those drills can be challenging, but they're also very fun. And it's mainly just the encouraging. We all encourage each other. We cheer for each other whenever we're just having a hard drill. And then our student section especially helps with the encouragement along with our parents up there.
You encourage each other. I'm sure you drive each other too, right? You
Yeah.
have to be like the people that say, "Hey, we're there. We have to keep going." What keeps you driven? What are some of the things that makes you constantly want to work at this craft called volleyball?
Definitely just having people around me, having Lainey always messing around with me. We just joke all the time, but just being able to laugh with everybody, especially laughing with our coaches at different things. It's just the whole trust with my coaches and my teammates that gives me the courage to keep going.
Let's talk about this coaching staff. We know that Coach Auer and her staff, who have been together for so long, are among the most well respected coaches in the area. You can ask any coach in the area; they're going to say, their list is Coach Auer one or two when they say coaches that they respect. What is it like being under them? What kind of things have they taught you this, especially this year, about yourself and about volleyball?
Yeah, it's great. Well, last year I had Coach Casey for JV, and she was such an encouraging coach. And then this year, having Coach Alicia, I've had her through since I was 11. She's been coaching me. So just that trust has been building ever since. And Coach Cross is always encouraging me. She's always helping me to improve my skills to be better. And I remember at the beginning of the season, Coach Alicia told me, I had a big part, and I knew that, and it just her trust in me has helped me move on.
You're not the only player on this team that can say that they've been coached by Alicia Howard for a long time. Like you said, 11. Some other players can say even before that.
Yeah.
What's it like to have a coach that you've literally spent your life growing up with?
It's great. We've from travel volleyball, we've stayed together in rooms with Lainey, and just the connection we have. It's just fun. It's a great connection.
All right, let's talk about being able to represent Crestview and what makes you so proud to be a Rebel. You guys are the show in town in the fall. Football is great, but everyone comes to volleyball because you guys are undefeated and almost undefeated in sets. You've only lost one set, like we said before. So, what's it like to represent the community, knowing that they love you guys so much and you get such big crowds at your games and everyone wants to know what makes this volleyball program tick. So, what's it like to be able to show them, to put on that jersey and represent the area?
It's great just knowing that we are there for our town and everything, and just the team that we have. It's all based off of the fans. Their encouragement helps us go farther. I remember last year, whenever we got into tournaments, we had large student sections that traveled over an hour away. But it's just great to be able to give back to them, wear our school's name on the back of our jerseys, just everything about Crestview.
All right, I want to get to know you a little bit off the floor too, and we're going to start with inside the classroom. You're a student athlete, and student comes first in that phrase for a reason. Talk about some of your favorite subjects that you've been able to study throughout your Crestview career, and some of the things that you really like learning about.
Yeah, my favorite subject would definitely be math. I love everything about it for some reason.
Do you have a branch of math that you like more than others, or is it just any kind of math?
Probably algebra most of the time.
All right, now we're gonna flip the question. I don't like wording it least favorite. I don't want to dig any teachers out there and make them feel like their subject is least favorite. But what's the subject that makes you work the hardest? That makes you, the one that you have to really buckle down to get the grades that you get in.
Yeah, this year I'm taking a CCP class for English, so that class is it's challenging in a way, but it keeps me going, but also my math class this year.
When I think, when people say English is tough, it's usually one part of English or the other. So, do you struggle more with like the reports and the research papers, or do you struggle more with the creative prompts where they say, "Hey, write about this," and you have to just kind of creatively write an essay about whatever prompt they give you? Which one of those things makes you work a little bit harder?
Probably having to come up with something on my own and writing it. I don't exactly enjoy writing that much, but coming up with something on my own is usually where I struggle most.
Now you're not a senior yet, but junior year is kind of when you start to those future thoughts start to creep in a little bit. You start to put colleges on your map, you start to think about what you might want to do. How much of those thoughts come in? Like, do you kind of have an idea of what you might want to do after high school? Do you have a career path that you might want to go into?
Well, this year I'm going to the Career Center for Vet Tech. So that is one of my options that I'm thinking of. But to pick for schooling, I'll probably just go for YSU or Kent.
Vet tech, huh? So you're interested in veterinary medicine. What kind of drove you to wanting to explore that and take those classes?
Well, I grew up on a farm and just dealing with all those animals and everything, and I've always wanted to go in a medical career, but I think animals are the way that I would do best in that.
Now you're the second student athlete that we've had on that has had farms, and we have to talk about the animals and all your favorites. So what's the favorite animal for you?
It would probably be either cows or horses. My grandpa used to be a dairy farmer, so
Mm.
that.
Then we have to go into what's an animal that, like, if housing it or domesticating it or anything like that wasn't even an issue. You could have any animal you wanted, no matter how wild it was. Is there an animal out there in the animal kingdom that you'd want to have as a pet?
Um, I'm not very sure. I just any dogs, any just cows. I wish I had my own horse at times, but
Cows and dogs and maybe a horse. I love it.
yeah.
What do you have dogs right now?
Yes, I do.
What kind of dogs do you have?
He's a boxer.
Oh yes, I love the face of a boxer is adorable.
Yeah.
All right, let's go into family life, right? So everyone has a family. We know that. That's
Yep.
obvious. What makes your family kind of unique and special to you? What are some things that you think are so special about your family?
Just definitely just how close we are. We always try to eat dinner together every day, especially on Sundays. We always go to church together, and my family always shows up to my games. So that's a big part of it.
You have a large family or a smaller family?
A small family.
All right. So when you see your family out at games and supporting you, like, but especially before a game, if you find them in the stands, what kind of energy does that give you?
It just brings me joy that I have people there supporting me. Like some of my distant family will come and support me, and it just excites me to know that they do enjoy this sport and enjoy watching me and my team.
You spend a lot of time with volleyball and school. I know it's a hectic life for an athlete, a student athlete. When you get downtime, what are some things that you like to do? What are some of your hobbies that take your mind off of all the other stuff that you have to do?
I definitely enjoy spending time with my family, and then I also work on the side.
When you think of a best way to celebrate a big win, and you guys have a lot of them, what are some of the best ways to celebrate? What are some places that you guys go to celebrate wins?
I go to get ice cream a lot.
What's the celebratory flavor?
Well, recently I've been going to Dairy Queen after, so just any sort of blizzard.
Any blizzard? Do you have a favorite blizzard?
Probably M&M.
There you go.
Yeah, just a simple.
Um, what about like your favorite pregame meal? What are some things that you like to eat before a game to give yourself energy?
Definitely a salad with either probably chicken or steak on it.
Do you have any pregame routines that you have to stick to, or you feel off that day? Do you have any routines?
Not usually. Just I just like to eat my snacks and candy before to give me a little bit more energy.
Ooh, candy. What kind of candy?
I like some sour candy,
Mm,
like the Airhead Extremes or Sour Patch Kids.
there you go. Okay, so last thing we do with these player profiles, we do them with all of them. We want to give you the time to take the limelight off yourself for a little bit, shine on the people that are in your life, the people that support you. I want you to give your shout outs and your thank yous to all the people in your life that you wouldn't be here without.
Yeah, I just shout out to my mom that she's always at every single game, especially my away games, and my dad for also coming to my games, and then my grandparents that are always either watching on YSN or they always just try to travel with my mom or to any of my games, but especially my teammates that are there and my coaches that are always encouraging me.
All right, Sophia, we want to thank you so much for the time. We appreciate it. We will look forward to the rest of your season, and we wish you the best of luck. We can't wait to talk to you real soon.
Yep, thank